everyone. My name is Tammy Berman. I'm a licensed mental health counselor here in Broward County with My Counseling Connections, and I'm happy to introduce a new colleague to our team, Sarah Brenker. Sarah, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background and what your specialty is?
Hi, my name's Sarah, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker. My background is I've had about 2 years of experience in treatment. I've also worked at crisis stabilization units, so I've dealt a lot with mental health disorders along with the dual diagnosis of substance use disorder.
When you say 2 years of treatment, what does that mean? Treatment of what?
So I've worked in private treatment. These are clients that have the resources to utilize their insurance or finances to start their journey in sobriety.
In sobriety, so treatment of addiction.
Addiction treatment, yes.
Yeah, that's great. So in that journey, in working in inpatient, in treatment then, as well as I guess outpatient with addiction and recovery, what would be some of the takeaways? What are some things that you've learned along your clinical journey that you think are helpful for people to know and that you would want to share with people struggling with addiction, with working towards sobriety, recovery?
I think support is consistent throughout all the clients I've seen. That has been something very beneficial. Having someone say, yeah, I've been there and I've struggled with that. Hearing those things is really the most therapeutic thing a client can receive. And also being able to have a space to kind of talk about the hard things and be able to express where they're at in recovery and feel validated is imperative to whether it be short-term sobriety or long-term sobriety.
So getting the experience, the relational experience of others sharing the same thing, a relational support, validation, a space to process. I know I've heard 12-step and AA is a very well-known common mode of treatment for dealing with addiction. What's your opinion about that? Do you think that 12-step AA programs, NA programs, are those sufficient to help people work their journey towards recovery?
I think that it's definitely a good step towards sobriety, and it is important within the first few years of our sobriety. But I think being able to understand that this drug or the substance was a symptom of a problem and having the space to really check in with that problem is going to help achieve long-term sobriety, because the drugs are just a symptom.
So then in the support group, you feel like that is, it sounds like what you're suggesting is that's more of a long-term supportive element to keep working towards your journey of sobriety and figuring out like the underlying contributing factors that led to the addiction in the first place, having that supportive group.
Yeah.
Got it. Is there any other benefits that you would say to attending a support group, being part of a support group in sobriety?
I think just being able to have a space just to talk about things and kind of just hear from other people that are struggling that they did this and this is how they did it. That is by far the most important thing, because a lot of the clients that I've worked with feel that they're the only ones that are going through that. And a lot of people sometimes wanted to pick the highlight reel of their recovery. So this could be a spot to hear like, yeah, it's not all butterflies and rainbows. There's also some hard stuff that happens, and we're here to support you. Right.
And probably, well, I would think that it's hard to have those kind of conversations in regular day-to-day life. So it's definitely a directed space to be able to process people going through the same thing as you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad to have you as part of our team. And I want to let everybody know that we have started this 6-week virtual adult support group for sobriety. It's virtual, so it's really across the state of Florida. And if you want to learn more, feel free to contact us at the information below. And we look forward to hearing from you soon.